FEMCEL? Do I look like a FEMCEL to you? You like this FEMCEL energy? We top tier FEMCEL in this house. Hating men. Hating men. That's me. Oh, do you like these little earrings, by the way? They're cute, huh? Anyway, chat, now that I am done putting together all of my feminine energies for man-hating, the question really does remain, what does Google think? Are we a FEMCEL or are we not a FEMCEL? So just to give some context, in case you're not really sure what an incel is, it just means involuntarily celibate. So basically, you get no ass, is what it comes down to. And you can have incels, which is usually the male term, or you can have FEMCEL, which is the female variant. I think that just like with gay and lesbian, I think that us FEMCEL should be doing our part to reclaim the word incel for us as well as for men. I think it's only fair. But, you know, there are some negative connotations that come with being classified as a FEMCEL. And considering that one of my goats has been permabanned from YouTube, may his curry cell soul rest in peace, I came across some interesting threads, and, you know, there's been that big news thing that happened with that supposed FEMCEL as well. So it's a hot topic at the moment. You know, inceldom is on the rise, but is FEMCELdom also on a rise? Probably, because people aren't getting any ass. But anyway, I did start off with watching through some FEMCEL videos today, including this one that says, I think I'm a FEMCEL. And I mean, this lady is in a special place because I don't know if I missed anything, but they're apparently a lesbian, which obviously that adds a little bit of spice to the works, because do we even count lesbians in the typical FEMCELdom? Probably. I think you definitely can, but maybe they need to have their own subgroup. But, you know, there are a lot of problems that both incels and FEMCELs have, which I do resonate with. I do understand. And that's why we need to be doing these wonderful FEMCEL tests. I'm actually so upset because there was this application here, apparently FEMCEL.tech, that apparently if you put your face into this application, it would do a golden ratio thing, and it would determine whether you're a FEMCEL or not. Unfortunately, this seems to have been taken down. Every good thing in this world is being destroyed in front of our eyes. I understand the plights of these FEMCEL, incel people now. But yeah, it would have given us an upper lip to lower lip ratio, an eye width to face ratio. We could have had the whole FEMCEL shebang. Am I truly a FEMCEL by looks? I scoured the internet for this. I couldn't find it. If you manage to find it, please link it to me. So unfortunately, we cannot rely on AI to determine whether I'm a FEMCEL or not. And thus, we must go to our next best options, which include things such as the female delusion calculator and also the idrlabs.com FEMCEL test. And I think we're going to start off with the IDR Labs one because it looks like it's the most graphically pleasing, but very interesting to say the least. So as it says here, FEMCELs, the female counterpart to incels, operate in online communities where they discuss difficulties in attaining sexual relationships. Studies have identified various aspects of FEMCEL culture, such as sexual frustration, blaming society for women's grievances, and holding negative views of men. This test explores attitudes and beliefs consistent with FEMCELdom. Do you hold beliefs commonly associated with FEMCELs? Take the test. Enter your input below. So, we have these spicy questions right here. Oh, I can't wait for this one. So, past experiences with men have made me feel undesirable or unworthy of love. Considering I have, like, an Indian in my DMs, like, about every 5 seconds, I have to say no. Men only care about a woman's looks and don't value her deeper qualities, her heart. No. I feel like I don't meet societal standards of beauty or attractiveness. That's a weird question. Is this trying to like depression bait people? I don't know where I stand on that one. I'm just gonna leave that one as a like neutral. I feel constant pressure to conform to unrealistic beauty standards promoted by the media and society. Not really anymore. But I think my view on this is that basically I lost like, what was it, like 20 kilos or something at some point? Was it 20 or 25 kilos? And those weren't unrealistic beauty standards, nor do I think that they were forced or essential. So, no, I don't feel like that, especially not anymore. I don't think that they're unattainable, and you can easily find yourself a man. So, no, I genuinely do not think that. Even men with obvious shortcomings still expect to land a conventionally attractive partner, and it's harmful that the media supports them in this. You know what? I do actually think that this is true of a lot of men. I'm going to put one panel on that. Is this the start of my FEMCEL ideology here? I find strength and validation by connecting with other women who also feel overlooked by men. No. Can't say I've ever done that in my life. My romantic desires are misunderstood or dismissed. My romantic desires? No. I feel a sense of belonging by connecting with other women who are overlooked in the dating market. No, because I've never been in... I don't want to make it sound... That makes it sound bad when I say, no, I've never had that problem, but unironically, I have not been single since I was... Is it 13? 14? I don't know, and even before that, I had plenty of boyfriends before that. Doesn't mean I did anything freaky with them, but, like, I never had this situation. I'm sorry. Anyway, I follow social media influencers who promote self-acceptance and challenge beauty standards. I don't. I follow no influencers like that. I guess there's some that I occasionally watch when it auto-plays on YouTube, but genuinely, I do not watch any of them. The absence of meaningful sexual or romantic relationships in my life significantly contributes to a sense of isolation. That's not the case, so no. I feel like I need to get plastic surgery to even have a chance of finding a good partner. Whoa, if you are plastic surgery pilled, please get yourself to a therapist. No. I am insecure about my physical appearance. No, I definitely used to be. I definitely used to be a lot. I used to really, really worry about my physical appearance when I was like a teenager and a few years afterwards. But no, basically I got more in shape. And even though there is no such thing as perfection, and I am definitely not like that, but I do not feel insecurity about it. And, you know, anyone can always point out some flaw or something or whatever, but no, I feel fine. Social media groups focused on female empowerment and self-love are my primary platforms for... I am not on a single female empowerment sub or self-love or anything. Need some of that female self-love, I think. My efforts to find a satisfying romantic or sexual relationship rarely lead to fulfilling experiences. No. That has never been the case. Society doesn't do enough to call out the hurt caused by men who use dishonesty or ghosting in dating. I actually think this is a lot worse when women do it. I don't think that men are at the same level as women in terms of how much they ghost. I think that this, if you ask the men, I would be on the other side of this, but I don't think that women get ghosted enough. To be completely honest with you. So I'm going to hit that one with a fat disagree. I feel a deep conflict between rejecting societal beauty standards and the need to conform to be seen as desirable. I don't even understand this question. A deep conflict between rejecting societal beauty standards. Okay, so it's like I want to be desirable, but I also want to reject the social media stuff. No, I really don't. I genuinely do not feel any of that. It generally goes unacknowledged how men who prioritize physical appearance over emotional connection in a partner are emotionally hurting women. Yes, that is true. But do they hurt women as a whole, or is it just like that is one bad person and you shouldn't judge all men like that? That's what I think. But fundamentally, according to the question, yes, I agree with it, but I don't agree with the overall premise that it's clearly trying to portray. You know what I mean? I often feel overlooked or rejected in my attempts to establish romantic or sexual. No, I don't. It's exhausting constantly putting myself out there only to be ignored or passed over. No, I can't say I've ever had that. Society tells women to look a certain way but doesn't hold men to the same no, that is BS. The amount of posts that I see online of men getting absolutely rinsed. Did you see who was that kick streamer? The one that I'm not too fond of, but basically he posted his like gym body and his how he'd done in like a year's time, and the amount of hate he got when he'd clearly changed somewhat, like his muscle definition was better and all of that, but because he didn't look like these influencers, like I think people are gooner brained, to be honest. That's the only way I can refer to it, gooner brain. It was wild because this guy had clearly improved himself quite a bit and people just couldn't see it. I genuinely think that in the age of the internet, it is the same for men and women. It's just maybe they're not quite as... Men don't post quite as many selfies as women. I don't know what it is, but I think it's about the same. And I feel invisible to men who only seem interested in conventionally attractive women. Do I know men that are only interested in conventionally attractive women? I don't think I've ever... I could think of a guy like IRL, I'm not thinking about online, but if I'm thinking like people I actually genuinely know, all of the ones that are like womanizers, they've been with at least one questionable woman. So I don't even know if I agree with the premise of this question. So I'm just going to not say I agree or disagree because I don't really have an opinion. And then men are praised for minimal effort in dating, while women are expected to constantly put in more labor. I don't even know where to start with this one. Men are praised for minimal effort. No, I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Society seems to be more forgiving of men's bad dating behavior compared to similar actions by women. No, I don't think it's true. And by the way, all of these answers are going to be biased because I do not live in Asia or any of the parts of the world where women do have genuinely difficult times. So that I'm just going to throw that out there. If you think that this is like a weird set of answers that I'm giving, I do not live in a society that I think doesn't respect women. So, if you were someone from somewhere else, some other society, the answers to this would be completely different. But where I am right now, and how I feel right now, these are my answers, because I think where I am in my society, I don't agree with most of these questions at all. Anyway, it's frustrating to see others in happy relationships while I struggle to find a partner. That doesn't apply to me, so no. And then I tried to find happiness and fulfillment by bonding with other women who also have trouble forming romantic relationships. I have never done that in my life. So, let's have a look at me compared to the population average. Wait, that's the population average? That's hell. No way. Is that like 50% averages on those questions? No shot. Okay. So we have 0% sexual frustration, 10% personal grievance, 0% non-aggressive empowerment, 30% female-centric perspectives, 10% focus on beauty, and 10% total FEMCEL. So what's the one that we got the highest on? 30%, which is still below the population average, but that's female-centric perspectives. Let's have a look at that. What is that? So, stressing women's unique experiences and challenges in the context of celibacy and dating. This factor emphasizes the importance of recognizing and addressing the specific difficulties faced by women, advocating for greater understanding and representation of female perspectives in societal discourse. It reflects the desire for discussions and solutions that are inclusive of women's experiences, acknowledging the often overlooked or minimized struggles that women encounter in seeking romantic and sexual fulfillment. I can't, that sounds like a lot of gibberish to my brain, I'll be honest, but I do get it. But yeah, social media plays a part in things like that. But yeah, the thing is that it hasn't really. Oh, there it is. I completely missed it. Your experiences consistent with FEMCEL denim are very low. Chat, no. I wanted at least 60%. I wanted 60% chat. 10%? Really? Is that what we're getting on the FEMCEL? I'm not taking this. We've got to do the other one. All right, chat. It's time for the female delusion calculator because women are crazy. Am I right? Anyway, what are the chances to find the man of my dreams? Oh, is this US based? Okay, I have no idea how this is going to come out. What age would I date? Context, I'm 26. What would I date down to? I guess 20 is fine. 40? Be like 45. I guess it depends on how he looks, right? And then also, on top of that, everything else. But let's say 45. Exclude married. Yes, please exclude the married men. Why is that even an option? Anyway, race. Yeah, we can go any color. I don't mind. Minimum height, 6 foot. Why is that the default? No, I would take like, what height am I? I'm like around about 5'4", 5'5". Yeah, 5'4's fine. Exclude obese. I have actually dated someone that's quite big before, so what level of obese are we talking? Should we just exclude obese? Because I feel like I've been quite inclusive so far. Minimum income. Oh, God, this is in US dollars. I don't know. Where would I be living in America? How much money would he need? Like 55K? I make my own money. I can pay for my own stuff, right? Like, do I really need a minimum income of a certain amount? Like 55K? What would that be? Like a part-time job or something? Or like a full-time job that's like minimum wage? Something like that? I think that would be fine, depending on where you live. Completely depends on context of location, which I have no idea. So, whatever. Let's have a look. My ideal man, not married, any race, at least 5'4" tall, not obese, earning at least 55,000 per year. Probability. According to statistical data, the probability a guy of the US male population ages 20 to 45 meets your standards is 9.1%. I think the only thing I selected there was the obese category. So my delusion score is a 3 out of 5 for aspiring cat lady. Very interesting. Can I do the exact same thing again, but if we include obese, what does it look like? Wow, that nearly doubles the score if you include obese. Wow. Okay. I'd prefer not. It depends on the level of obese, of course, and if they're going to work on it or if we're going to do something together, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, at 9% all the way up to 15 if we include the obese ones. Ooh, doesn't that just show, really, that if, like, a guy wanted to fit the criteria of someone like myself, not that I'm looking for anyone, but if they were, like, genuinely, you would just need to not be obese, and that would be enough on this calculator. Obviously, this is a very bare bones calculation, but that would take me as down to earth. Really? Being at least 5 foot tall, any race, not married, and not obese puts me as a cat lady enthusiast, apparently. I don't know. Am I out of touch? That did not seem very requirement heavy on my part, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am actually delusional cat lady all along. I definitely live here in my house with my many cats, the 0 that I own. But yes, the female delusion calculator, I'm sure, knows more than I do. All right, we actually have a personality quiz here as well that I just found. Are you a FEMCEL? Because the other two were a little bit not spicy enough for my taste. So I want another one. Enter your name. Quacks. Let's start this quiz. Am I a female? Yes, no, WTF, I don't know. Are we playing Dragon Age Veilguard? Slap my wrists, I'm so funny. Yes, I'm a female. You are left home alone. What do you do? Netflix and snacks? I play video games. Read a book, read a manga. I don't do it that often, I can't really say that. Play music and sing aloud. Anime, yeah. What, am I only allowed to choose one? Okay, it would probably be... Why are the options scream and cry there? It's like, you're home alone. What do you do? Scream! Yeah, no, I not quite. Maybe next year. How many friends do I have? This is a tough one. I don't really know, like, how close do we mean? Do we mean, like, bestie friends? Do we mean, like, casual friends? And why is there no option of more than 10? Because, yeah, I can easily name, like, 6 off the top of my head, so I'm gonna go with 5. What kind of music do you listen to? And again, we can only choose one. Draincore, breakcore. What the hell is sigilcore? I don't even know what that is. Goth, indie, dream pop? I don't listen to music. I'm scared of you. I mainly listen to Osu music, and that's pretty much my entire playlist. Whatever is a cool sounding map from Osu, that is what I listen to. So I actually have no idea what I would answer. Maybe K-pop? I don't really listen to K-pop, but pop rock? Yeah, let's put that on there. Do you know / listen to the following artists? Lady Duster, Machine Girl, Cemetery, Weezer, Radiohead, I know Radiohead. York, I know some. And you are outside, and you witness a couple hugging and kissing. What was your reaction and thought? Or what the actual... disgusting. Though these couples are everywhere I go, just leave me alone and do it somewhere else. Me and who? Looks the other way. I guess I look the other way. Like, why would I be staring at that? That's weird. It's very weird. Okay, so a hot person comes up to you and asks for your number. What is your reaction? Happy, excited, is this a prank? This wouldn't happen. Flustered, reject them. I already have a boyfriend, girlfriend. Reject them. I have more important things to focus on. Reject them. I have a boyfriend, girlfriend. What do you think of Stacy's? I have no idea what is a Stacy. You're invited to a party and you end up going. Once you arrive there, you see a random person walking up to your crush and flirting with them. This person happens to be one of the most popular and attractive people. What is your initial reaction? OMG. That's all right. I never had a chance. I hate popular girls and boys. Leave. Okay. Yeah, no. Or go home and write about how you want to kill the person and how you're going to do it. Well, that's obviously the logical option, so it would 100% be that one. Like, I wouldn't care. Does that make me a cuck? Am I cuck chat? Chris Chan is interesting. What? My hyperfixation? Problematic or autistic? Definitely interesting. I love me some Chris Chan news. What social media platforms do you use often? TikTok, Insta, Twitter, Reddit, 4chan, Tumblr. Probably mainly Twitter, to be honest. Kiwi Farms or lolcow? I'm sorry, if that is your answer to this question, that you constantly go on Kiwi Farms or lolcow, there is something wrong with you. Just saying. Twitter's not much better, granted. What is your lifelong goal? To find someone who could love me, to be financially successful, you know, get those dollar bills, to kill the feds because they are brainwashing people into not wanting to date me. Very reasonable. Death or peace? There's like 3 acceptable options here. Elliot Roger, hot. I'm the female version of him. He's the male version of me. Interesting. No, let's not do that. How toxic are you on a scale of 1 to 10? You see, I have the capabilities of being a 10, but I'm very good at hiding it. But does that mean that I'm inherently, like... I don't know. I'm going to say a 5. I'm quite nice to people IRL. I don't have many people complain about me IRL, so I must at least be good at hiding it. That's why I'm giving myself a 5. What disorder do you have or think you have? I have one of these myself, so don't come at me for this question. Autism, ADHD, BPD, ASPD. I have none of those, to my knowledge. I think. What do you think of Mars Argo? And then there's the option, she's just like me for real. I don't know who that is, or Mars greater than Poppy, and love, love, love. I don't know who that is. How much time do you spend on the internet? Rarely, all the time. Sometimes I do use internet all the time, to be fair. Like, I'm constantly connected. I could disconnect. I've done it before, but, like, I pretty much am always there. Which picture resonates with you? Okay. Oh, there's a stabby one. There's, like, okay, so we've got a dog being kissed. Very cute. We've got dirty clothes. I don't know what that is. It's just some woman's hair. We've got troll face. I mean, that's a nice one. I could definitely see me copying that troll face. We've got, what is that? This, what's her face? I forgot her name. I know the woman I'm thinking of, but I can't name her right now. We've got Stabby Girl. We have, is that Nikki? Is that Nikki? And then Hysteric. Is that Angelina Jolie? I mean, I do like the stabby energy, but I think I have to go with the dog. That one really resonates with me. What do you think of girls your age or in your school? I'm not at school, so let's say 26-year-old women. I like them. They always relate and have fun. I hate them. They make me want to rip my flesh off. I don't care about them. I am jealous of them. They are normal, pretty, and popular, and no comment. I don't care about them. I mean, is there not an option of they are fine? Is that no comment? So I'm going to put I don't care, but that makes me sound like an ass. Now let's get serious. Are you single? No. If you are single, why do you think so? I said I'm not single. Are you familiar with the term looks maxing? Yes, of course, I've been on the internet. Do you see yourself in a relationship in the near or far future? Yeah, TBH. Do you tend to be a negative and self-loathing person? I am not. I am genuinely not anymore. I used to be. How much do you think beauty determines one's success, whether it be in life or in relationships? A little bit, but I've seen enough Jeremy Kyle. You don't need to look good to at least get someone, that is for sure. Right, what is this? Oh god, I was not expecting a diagram. This is like science. 26 of 29. So this is Stacy. Seductive expression even while pooping. So she does a... Even while she poops, she goes, and then fart. Is basically Stacy. Wears Chad's cut-off t-shirt, as you do. Hair both wavy and straight. Best of both worlds. Yeah, single curl frames face perfectly. Nails perfectly manicured. Yeah, let's not talk about mine. Femininity can be seen from space. Squats mysterious. Make butt big while thighs stay skinny. Squats mysterious. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, it wasn't just me. Only person who looks good in light-colored yoga pants. I find that, I don't know, even this doesn't look fantastic. And shoes don't match the outfit. Doesn't matter. Okay. That is Stacy. What do we think about Stacy then? Fine, I'll tell you what a Stacy is. Stacy is pejorative slang term for a woman stereotyped as extremely good-looking, but also vapid, vain, rude, and only interested in smexing. She is as the female counterpart to a Chad, who is a successful, sexually accomplished alpha male. What is your opinion on Stacy's now? I already knew what a Stacy was, and I still hate them. I already knew what a Stacy was, and I still want to be them. I want to be them. I think I think they ruined my chance to be. I don't think this has been proofread very well. I hate them. I have no opinion. I want to be with them. Boy, mama, I want to be with the Stacy. Let's say we like the Stacy. I love the Stacy. What does FEMCEL mean to you? This is like one of those questions that you get asked. It's like big brain. How do you answer a question? What does a FEMCEL mean to you? What does it mean to you? Tell me. What's your opinion? Leave a comment. Tell me. What does a FEMCEL mean to you? I don't even know where to start. Someone that can't get laid. Tell me anything. I'm bored. York. And lastly, are you silly? No, very silly. Bleh. And what kind of question is that? Let's say bleh. Okay. Chat. This is not the result I wanted on this fine evening. I am not a FEMCEL. You are normal. Congrats, you are normal. You have a social life and you do not find yourself driving into bizarre or diving into bizarre internet cultures. You listen to regular surface level artists and watch regular surface level shows. You go outside, you have friends and possibly a love interest. If you found yourself having no idea what most of the questions are, this is a great sign that you are a healthy and normal girl. You may or may not be popular, but at least you have people in your life that you talk to. You surface social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter. You don't have resentful feelings towards other girls, and you have normal hobbies such as shopping, reading, or sports. No. I take offense at that. I take very great offense at that. Normal hobbies? Are we gatekeeping hobbies now? Shopping, reading, or sports? No. I have a problem with this. Whoever made this, I'm not going to tolerate this. None of those. Actually, you know what? Shopping, I fight that one. But I do spend far too long looking at snacks. And I bought like 5 million snacks today. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm actually in denial. Chat, this has been the worst day ever. I thought that we were going to be the top tier FEMCEL. That's what I'm told every day. I should be the top tier FEMCEL. What is going on? Is there another test I can do? I'm not accepting this. You know what? I've worked it out that if all of these tests are telling me that I'm not a FEMCEL, at least I can be an incel, right? It has to be there somewhere. And there's actually an IDR Labs incel test as well. So maybe we can get our top tier scores on this one. So I guess let's do the IDR Labs one, and then we'll see if we're not a FEMCEL, maybe we're an incel. Fair thinking. I think we should be able to do it, and I did say that we should be able to reclaim the term incel, because like you refer to lesbians as gays sometimes. Why can't I be an incel? Huh? Tell me what I can and can't be. No, I'm not taking it. Anyway, let's do this incel test. So, question 1 of 25. Dating apps have brainwashed women and made it much harder to find a good partner. Dating apps? No, I actually think they make it much easier to find a partner than trying to do it IRL. Women only pursue relationships with men above their own social status. No, I actually know 3 guys that are questionable. Very questionable. Maybe I should have told those women. Maybe that was the issue, but no, I don't agree with that. Society and media don't care about the difficulties primarily encountered by men, such as homelessness and suicide. Now, I think that there is a lot more focus than there used to be. I don't think that it's completely ignored, but I also don't think that it is addressed enough, especially in some of the other countries out there, like especially in like not parts of Europe, for instance. Once you go a little bit further out from that, I think that the difficulties, just like with the women, aren't really addressed enough. So again, if I was somewhere else, I might go fully agree with this one. I think that where I am right now, they are addressed somewhat now in media, but not enough. So I'm going to go with a little bit of an agreement. Women fail to appreciate that it's men who built this civilization. I don't think that they fail to appreciate that. I think it's more a fact that who cares anymore. I don't agree with that. And men are oppressed second-class citizens in today's society. No, they are not. I can't approach women because everything I do will be seen as harassment. Now, this depends on the woman. The fact that it says I can't approach women, well, I understand why a man would stop doing it completely for fear of you getting one of those nut job women. So, yes, I do actually agree with this one more than a little bit, so I'm going to put fully agree with this one. And it's like, I've had plenty of men in the past come up to me, and I'm just like, yeah, sorry, dude, I'm not single here, and they probably don't believe me, right? But I also know plenty of guys that have shot their shot, and they have been immediately reported. Like, whether that's work or school or something else, instantly, because you get some one crazy woman, that's it. For that guy, they get completely screwed over. So I don't think that's going to happen with every single woman. I really don't. I think it's a minority, but because the threat is there, I do think that it is a genuine fear, and I can understand why men have stopped doing it. So, feminism has hurt the relations between the genders. Ooh, what kind of feminism are we talking? Are we talking actual feminism, or are we talking like new age feminism? Because new age feminism and actual feminism are completely separate topics, and most women in the UK, from all the votes I've ever seen, they actually agree with that. Most women in the UK do not consider themselves feminists. And it's because of new age feminism. But I think feminism, no, it has not hurt the genders. New age feminism, however, has. So rather than disagree or agree, because there's no distinction between which kind of feminism this is, I'm going to leave this one as a middle ground, but it depends on the kind. And women are hypocritical and shallow. Whoa. Did I don't remember the FEMCEL one be quite as abrupt as this one. So are men, some of them, but not all of them. I mean, it completely depends on the person. Everyone's hypocritical to an extent. Everyone's shallow to an extent. It's obvious what they're trying to go for here. I just cannot agree with it. And women have less of a capacity for making rational decisions than men. Yikes to that one. Let's move on quickly. Women are childlike and insipid. I don't remember the FEMCEL quiz being quite like this. This one is very in your face and direct. Someone earlier was telling me that, FEMCELs don't seem quite as aggressive as incels, and maybe they're right. At first I was thinking, nah, I've known some crazy FEMCELs before, like Empress, for instance. But if this is like the common questions for the men compared to the women, maybe it's true. But maybe they need to start asking the women more questions like this one to get an actual, honest response from them. Because if you said questions like this about men, maybe the women would be answering like that. But that's not what the other test did. Jesus Christ. I often feel dissatisfied due to my inability to find a partner. Again, does not apply to me, so no. Family court systems are biased against men. I don't think they are. I don't agree with the men going their own way to an extent. There are some parts of American law specifically that, yes, they're not fair. But every single instance I've personally ever encountered IRL where it was a man versus a woman, and say the guy made himself out to be a good dad, he wanted to take care of the kids, he always won those kids. That's from what I know, IRL. Of course, that's not going to be the case for everyone, and there are some men that have been screwed over, but for the cases that I know of genuine instances of this, they got the kids when they wanted them. So I can't say I agree. That men are shamed for lusting after women who objectify and sexualize their own bodies shows that there is a societal double standard. No, because you're all degenerates. Now, it's fine to lust after women, but that's not actually just what happens, is it? I don't think it's just a double standard, because those women are also judged. Those women are also called every name under the sun, and I agree that with the OF time frame, I think it's gone too much in favor of the women. But I don't think either of those sorts of people, like, say you're sitting there constantly gooning. It doesn't even matter what gender you are. If you're sitting there constantly gooning on TikTok all day, you have a problem. If you're any gender providing content for those people in the first place, you are the problem. I'm sorry, but I don't think any of those people should be said, yeah, well, you're treated better than me. It's a double standard. No, you should judge both harshly. So that's why I don't agree with that question. Women primarily value superficial qualities in a partner. Absolutely not. Women are pitied for the smallest grievances they come up with, while no one cares about men. Again, not true. This very, very much depends on the woman. And I get that these are very generalized questions because they have to be, but I fundamentally disagree with this because of how I feel. I don't care whether it's a woman saying like, oh, I've had a really hard day at work, or a guy going, oh, I've had a really hard day at work. Who cares what their gender is? You should treat them the same. If you're not treating them the same, you have a problem. Like, and I don't feel that way. So if I don't feel that way, surely there's many other millions of people out there that also feel that way. I'm not the only person. I don't claim to be some sort of saint. The people that don't view those two people, or well, not two people, like two types of people, because it's literally any gender. It doesn't matter whether you're even like any of the umbrella terms or whatever. If you judge them differently, there is a problem. So I don't agree with that question. Women have no sense of personal responsibility. My God, I have myself more personal responsibility than a lot of the men I have ever met in my life. And that's not to say that I even have a lot, because I'm very lazy. But like, I'm told things all the time, like, how do you manage so many things at once? How do you do all that? How do you do so many things at once and manage this? And, you know, oh, when you screwed this up, what, like, did you notice? I noticed first before they did. And I've seen so many men, especially men, sweep this under the rug a lot. And you can say that women also do the same. And I agree, they absolutely do. So I don't think it's a women problem. It's an everyone problem. It's not just women. Women get extremely unearned advantages in work and in life, and it's like the rest of society has decided not to notice that. Extremely unearned advantages in work and in life. What are they referring to here? I'm just trying to give it a second to like really digest the question so that I don't come across as meanie. I don't really know what they're talking about. I really couldn't tell you. If I think about my day-to-day life, I genuinely don't know what unearned advantages I have, apparently, that anyone else around me earned or had to earn by a different method, so I can't agree with it. Right? Women tease men sexually on purpose. Oh, hell yes, of course they do. Like, what sort of question is that? Women cannot be trusted. Depends on the woman. Women exaggerate the problems they face in society and everyone listens. Men open up about their problems and no one cares. Again, I don't agree with that. Because people do care about men a little bit. Like, a lot more than they did, I should say. I don't mean a little bit. I mean, men do get listened to depending on who the person is. So I can't fully disagree or agree with it. And women have such high criteria that they have created an unbalanced dating pool that men will never get access to. Disagree. And women cannot administer their own dating as they only want bad boys. Completely and utterly wrong. Yeah, a bad boy's cute, but it's not true. Women should not be allowed to vote. All right, Pearl. Nowadays, only men with money, fame, and great looks have a chance of finding a partner. People disprove that every day of life. And I feel destined to go through life without ever experiencing real intimacy with a woman. Babe, I'm ready for that lesbian goon sesh. So it looks like my percentages are a lot higher on this one than for the FEMCEL one, so I guess I am an incel, not a FEMCEL. But it says your agreement with incels is very low, 20%. So we've gained 10%. We were 10% with the FEMCELs and 20% with the incels. It seems like external grievances is our highest one. So let's have a look at external grievances. The perception that societal norms, cultural expectations, and external conditions unjustly hinder one's ability to form romantic or sexual relationships. This factor captures a tendency to attribute dating difficulties to factors beyond personal control, such as societal standards, the influence of feminism, or the role of dating apps. It underscores the frustration with perceived barriers imposed by society and the belief that these external forces create an unfair dating landscape for men. More so in the fact that I think it's easier for women than men, but definitely on that front. But, guys, I thought we'd at least get one of them. I was really hoping. But they really need to change these tests because the FEMCEL one, the incel one they are not equal. That's why I got like 10% on the FEMCEL one then. Like, that was wild, but I'm so upset, chat. Absolutely bewildered. I thought I was just like my Crown Prince Indian curry cell, but maybe I'm just in the wrong headspace. Maybe we need to try again tomorrow. And look, if you are an incel, femcel, and you thought I just don't understand some of these problems, I've spoken to a lot of men over time. Not so many women, but a lot of men because of the sort of spaces that I've been in for like the last 10 years, gaming spaces mainly. And I understand what their struggles are. And I think a lot of them do have some truth to them. And sometimes I think that some of it comes down to a lack of personal responsibility, which one of those questions sort of tapped on. I think a lot of people do not hold themselves accountable enough, and a lot of the failures come from either external problems or their own ability to not take control of their own life. I think it's a very, very complicated subject, a very deep subject, and if you're not guided well early on in life, it can be very, very difficult. And I feel very, very strongly for some of the men, some of the struggles that they've had and the horrible women that they've come across. And especially for the women, some of the horrible, horrible men that they've come across before as well. But I'm always willing to speak to these people, and I don't like to judge them outright like, what, you say you're an incel? Ha! Moron! No, it's not about that. It's about trying to understand what the problems are, if we can fix them, coming to an actual, a plan for them to fix it. But a lot of the femcels, and especially incels I've met, if you can propose a way for them to fix it or suggestions, they don't like to listen. And it's not just me, it's other people I've spoken to about these topics before. And yeah, they don't always want a fix. They just want to speak about their problems, and that's fine. But the ones that genuinely say, what am I supposed to do? Do you have an answer? You can give them the answer. You'll check in with them 5 years later and they've done nothing. So there's only so much empathy I can have for some of them. And some of the incels and some of the femcels, it's like, oh, I've had my problems with men. I'm a femcel. Okay. Others, it's, I hope death for all men. Two very different sides of that coin. And that's something that you have to know. It's an individual problem, individual basis, and I think everyone should be treated as an individual and not this collective group of garbage, basically. But, yeah, 20% and 10%, is that it? Rookie numbers, I need to do better, for sure.